on the coast and on the island.
Yeah.
This could be a plausible reason why these people are there to create mayhem.
Yep.
Part of the group or the group.
You know, I just feel it's not getting enough media attention, Mr. Sood. I know you're saying it too much, not too much should go out in the public, but you know, many moons back when I started my career, I used to do a story as a reporter. You would know the Purulia arms drops, and the Purulia arms drop in North Bengal. And in that case also, there were people inimical to India's security interests who had dropped these arms. You know, in this case too, there are reports that drones are being supplied and drones are being smuggled through, and this is all part of
that's deadly.
Drone smuggling. And drones have been used in Manipur attacks. And people have said that Myanmar is the infiltration corridor for it. So, you know, this can get very alarming, isn't it? If these people are there to train armed terrorist groups in drone warfare against on Indian soil.
It is alarming, and we know how alarming it can be from the recent experience in Iran.
Yes.
So drone attacks are not very expensive. They're easy to handle, and they are very accurate. So there is reason for concern. That point is well taken. But I am old world. So I feel that let the authorities do their investigations, let them get to the bottom of it. Points been made, and let's hope they're able to unearth the whole conspiracy. That's my only point.
Yep.
I'm not passing judgment that this should not be talked about or not discussed. No. It's only a kind of a cautionary story. We do need to know who has funded them, how did they get their money, where was it delivered, and who gave them weapons, etc., etc. Because apparently they came without any weapons and stuff like that. That's what I gather.
Yeah.
So where were their training camps? Who trained them? Were they foreigners? Were they? Yeah. You know, a whole lot of questions will come out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We would want to know.
We should confront the Americans and the Ukrainians with this to start with. But
yes.
I know I have a limited time window with you. It's excellent to see you. So thank you for throwing light, and I'll remain in touch with you for advice and commentary on their story as we investigate it, sir. Thank you very much, Vikram Sood. Thank you very much, sir. It's a great pleasure to have you. Thank you. And we are now joined by General Dr. K. Himalaya Singh. Dr. K. Himalaya Singh is former GOC in Nagrota, that is the 16th Corps. He's chairman of the Manipur Public Service Commission. Note, please, he's the first brigadier, first major general from Manipur, and the first lieutenant general from the northeastern states. So it's a real privilege to talk to you, sir. General Himalaya Singh, this particular story, and I don't know if you saw the poster featuring this man, Matthew Aaron Von Dyke. If you see, he's quite a sort of, you know, attention-seeking, glamour-hungry individual who has a documentary on him called Point and Shoot, the life of a mercenary leader, a trainer of militia in the Middle Eastern region. What is a man like that doing in Mizoram and near Manipur?
Now, thank you so much for having me on your show. I must compliment your channel and also the NIA for having confirmed or having got hold of these people, because in your channel itself, I have said many times that there is a geopolitical game going on in the Indo-Myanmar border, on both sides of the border.
I saw. Yes.
Which includes the West and the Chinese elements. So therefore, the region here on both sides of the 1,643 porous border, we have a situation where such elements are, relatively easily inducted into our area. By the way, I'm speaking maybe about 40 kilometers from the Indo-Myanmar border right now.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very concerning kind of a news that I have heard, though we have always suspected, and also have spoken about this in your channel a few months, about a year ago. The person, like somebody who has got experience in all this gray zone warfare in Iraq and Syria and whatever you have mentioned, and then he's operating along with other Ukrainians in the region, in the for training certain militant groups against which are not in India's interest, is really, really worrisome as far as security matters are concerned. I must also say in your channel that the entire border area is, as you know, there are at least 30 to 40 insurgent groups roaming around here, and many of them backed by certain groups either from China or even Western countries. So therefore, we are in a very in a situation where national security can be a big threat in this area. So I must thank you for bringing this out in the national media, and we can discuss further in case you want me to.
Yes, sir. Yes,
say
sir. My question is, what is the game plan you think? Foreign mercenaries. The way I look at this, General Malay is saying foreign mercenaries, highly trained, dangerous foreign mercenaries, smuggling arms and ammunition. And there has been the use of drones in Manipur. We've always been worried about where these drones are coming from. Now what is getting proven is that foreign mercenaries are entering the northeast, smuggling and also training terrorist groups operating in Myanmar on how to target people on Indian soil using drones. But the important thing is these are people aligned to the American intelligence ecosystem. The United States military ecosystem. Given the way America operates, we can't discount this anymore. We can't look the other way. We can't pretend this is a small matter, sir.
Yeah, what I got to know is that they did not obtain the protected area permit, which is which was. They didn't do that because when a foreigner enters Manipur, Nagaland or Mizoram, this permit is required. So there is a suspicious nature of their activities in this area. And as far as their training the militant groups are concerned, it has long been suspected. And the drone warfare, which happened during the last 2 to 3 years, even in Manipur, has been suspected to have been facilitated by these some elements from the West.
Yes.
So therefore, I actually suspect and tend to agree with you that some kind of a destabilization. But here I must also caution that my opening sentence was that on both sides of the border. As some kind of a geopolitical game which involves China as well. We have the West, even the Russian and Japanese presence are there in whatever capacity they are in Myanmar as well as in our neighborhood in Bangladesh. So therefore, we don't know what are the...
No, these people, sir, just to have a little detail on it, I want to comment from you on that, General. They entered India on valid visas. Then they went to Guwahati. From Guwahati, they traveled to Mizoram without the restricted area permit, which is mandatory in the protected area permit. They did not have it. Then they crossed the border into Myanmar, where they met Myanmar-based ethnic armed groups or EAGs. They delivered consignments of drones from Europe to people and groups in Mizoram. Then they conducted pre-scheduled training for these terrorist groups in drone warfare, drone operations assembly, and jamming technology. These groups operating in Myanmar in turn support terrorist groups operating in India. And they were in direct touch with and abetted by terrorists who were carrying AK-47 rifles. It is now certain, General Himalaya is saying, that illegally imported huge consignments of drone from Europe went to Myanmar via India. My concern is how are drones entering India? And from India, how are they being taken across to Myanmar? That means things are very porous here. It's a huge security lapse.
Exactly. I've said so, that it's a very, very porous, and because of the ethnic armed groups on both sides of the international border, we have a very, very risky security issue here, national security issue here. But I must also say that many of these groups, many of these ethnic armed groups or insurgent groups from India are also cross-aligning with the Myanmar army as well as with the PDF, People's Defense Force. So there are elements which are of India, Indian origin insurgent groups who are operating that side. Similarly, insurgent groups from that side operating here. So in that, some powers are trying to actually exploit the situation and create a situation in such a manner that they are trying to meet their geopolitical aims in the region, on both sides of the international border. So I must caution our media and our people that things are not as you said in the beginning. Things need to be brought to the notice of the security planners, and we need much more careful, much more attention to this very, very fragile.
Sir, I have no doubt. I have no doubt that America and China both are seeing India's northeast as a place to create trouble and for power play. And to our government, I would say, you are dealing with China, deal with America, confront them and corner them. Imagine, General, if an Indian national with links to the Indian army were to be trying to carry out these kind of arms smuggling and other military plots in any American state, how big a deal America would make it. We must make it as big a deal with America. General Himal Singh, thank you very much, sir. Total pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And that's a big story that the rest of the media missed. Another dramatic turn in the West Asia war, if we can call it that. Just 10 days ago, Iran's top security chief, the man at the top, Ali Larijani, was out on the streets. We ran the visuals on the streets of Tehran during the massive Quds Day rally. It was an attempt to tell the people of Iran that he's there fighting with them. He was effectively the chief of the IRGC. Fast forward to today, Israel says they have killed him. I have not seen, as of this minute, a very strong counter from Iran. I wonder why. Let's debate.
A massive escalation in the West Asia war. Iran's security chief Ali Larijani, who was seen in the Quds rally just 10 days ago. And now Israel claims they have eliminated Larijani, a key figure in Iran's security apparatus. It is said Larijani had strongly lobbied against Mujtaba Khamenei's candidacy as Iran's supreme leader. After the death of Ayatollah Khamenei, Larijani emerged as the voice of Iran, taking on US President Donald Trump. His appearance during the Quds rally was direct dare to the US, who had accused Iranian leaders of hiding in underground bunkers. As Israel brags about eliminating Iran's security chief,
last night, the IDF took out commander of the Basij, Soleimani, and his deputy and secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, Ali Larijani. The Iranians are also safer without them. Larijani was also under US sanctions for the same reason, with a $10 million prize on his head. We did it for free.
Iran has surprisingly maintained silence. They did release a handwritten note by Larijani. And yet, nothing on Israel's claims of Larijani eliminated. As the war in West Asia continues, the propaganda war has also taken a center stage. Just a few days ago, Iran had claimed that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was killed. A claim rejected by Israel. In fact, Netanyahu was seen interacting with fellow citizens. As the war continues, the Tehran versus Jerusalem propaganda war also peaks.
Okay, from the Israeli side, I have Major D. We have with us Saurabh Shukla of News Mobile, who's also our chief consulting editor. From Istanbul, I have Professor Umut Uzar. Professor, thank you very much. And from Tel Aviv, I have Ori Goldberg. Now, Ori, however much you may be critical, as you have been in the past, the fact is that if Larijani is dead, what happens to the fighting capability of the Iranians if the effective head of the IRGC is dead?
He's not the effective head of the IRGC. He is the temporary leader of the country. And what happened to the fighting capability when Khamenei was killed? Seems like absolutely nothing. Israel is under a continuous barrage from its north by Hezbollah and also from Iran. Iran doesn't have to fire hundreds of missiles in order to disrupt life completely. The strategy of assassination
it's not just Larijani, Professor Umut Uzar, it's also Gholam Reza Soleimani, who's the head of the Basij, paramilitary militia.
The names are of absolutely no significance. The Islamic Republic is not a personal whim of any specific cleric or civil servant. The Islamic Republic is a state, a sovereign state, a rational state. It was planned for this exigency, and every time Israel has tried the strategy of decapitation, if it was with Hamas in Gaza,
which means that no, but does it not mean that the Israelis have infiltrated the innermost circles in Iran? Major Deferman, Ori Goldberg says this does not make any difference, the killing of Larijani or Soleimani.
No, of course it makes a difference. That's ridiculous. It's not going to make an immediate difference because he's not the one firing the missiles. It's making a difference because he was the nominal head of the state. He's one of the main figures in this country, part of the old guard that's kind of keeping the glue together of this disparate country. It's correct that Iran is not predicated on one singular individual or one singular group. And so an assassination of one leader or another is not going to immediately stop Iran's ability to wage war. It does two things. First of all, Larijani was a massively influential, well-connected figure. And at a time when so many senior regime, and especially IRGC people, have been killed. At a time when so many senior IRGC people have been killed, and organizations, at the end of the day, are heavily dependent on leadership. And so if the top leader and the second leader and the third leader are killed, it throws organizations into disarray. Secondly, he was a massive
has consistently never worked. It's never worked in Lebanon. It's never worked in Gaza. It's never worked in Iran. That is just not true. That's wishful thinking at best and nefarious manipulation of history.
Mike, I'm not sure why he...
Okay, Adam, one minute. Major Deferman is countering. Major Deferman, he's firm on the point. He says it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference. But in that case, why is Professor Umut Uzar, why is there no statement in your view from Iran? You are an expert in the Middle East. There's no statement from Iran. Very unambiguous, undated, handwritten note is given out. There is no video, which means he is dead.
It certainly seems so. I mean, it is a big success, operational success on the part of Israel. They have been quite successful in eliminating a number of leaders. But the question is, what about the institutions? The institutions, be it the Revolutionary Guard, be it the military, be it the police, they seem to be intact. On the other hand, I don't see a major revolution on the part of the Iranian people. I suppose what the Israelis and the Americans are expecting are some sort of revolution, uprising, at least a major uprising, and that is not happening. But Iran has been penetrated by many ways from Israeli and American intelligence, and that is a major failure on the part of Iran. But on the other hand, as we talked a few days ago here on this very channel, there is an element of resilience on the part of the Iranian regime, number one, and parts of the Iranian people. So everything is up for grabs. We don't know what will happen, but it's definitely a major setback for the Iranian regime. But this is not going to change the regime immediately.
But that's another question, isn't it, Professor Omoto?
So why is it a setback?
I want to go to Avishag, who's joining us right now. She's an Israeli journalist. She's joining us from southern Israel. Avishag, the question will be, assume Larijani is dead, right? Khomeini is dead. Khomeini's family is dead. Larijani has been killed. The head of the Islamic IRGC Basij paramilitary, Gholam Raza Soleimani, has been killed, right? But despite all of this, there is no regime change. There are no signs of any change. I mean, the system just seems to be going on and on.
This is not the first time either.
On and on and on, Avishag. Either they are extremely resilient, or they have been planning this or preparing for this for decades.
Well, I think both. They did plan for a potential attack from the U.S. because it was a U.S. official policy, but none of the presidents so far until Trump was brave enough to conduct it. So yeah, they were well prepared, but not enough. When you compare their abilities to the American might and the Israeli might combined, it's not going to take a lot longer for them to be fully dismantled and eventually surrender to their own people, not even
Fully
to the Israelis
dismantled.
and
What
Americans
does that
to their
even
own people.
practically mean? What does being fully dismantled mean? Israel keeps assassinating leaders of the Islamic Republic, and they're not dismantled in the least. So what does fully dismantled mean except more lies?
I think that we need to understand the scope, okay, of the armament of Iran. It's a large country, okay, and they hide a lot of their militias and a lot of their soldiers and police officers in different areas. And we don't know about all of them. Excuse me, can I finish?
I'm sorry.
Can I finish my point? No, you can say whatever you want to, but let me finish my point.
These are not even lies. These are figments of your imagination. What do you mean they're hiding their police? What do you mean they're hiding their soldiers? Did nobody know this before Israel embarked on an attack that was supposed to bring about regime change? And of course, Israel is also saying that the Iranian people should do this, not Israel, because Israel is establishing conditions. What the hell are you talking about? Israel is not successful and the United States is not successful because the Iranians are hiding their personnel. This doesn't even make sense according to official Israeli statements. There's no such thing as regime change. Kill as many leaders as you like.
Okay.
Can I finish my point now?
Carry on. Sorry, please replace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the regime has a lot of collaborators across the country. Okay, and it's a vast lands and areas, okay? And we need to excuse me. No. I'm sorry, I did not come up to the show, so a random guy would interrupt me. I'm sorry.
Let her have a say.
And you invite me to the show.
Let Avishag complete. Even if her point of view is different to yours, you got to listen to it, man. 1 second. Yeah, Avishag, please. People are watching this. Yes, Avishag.
For what?
Okay, thank you, Arnab. So it's a vast. I'm sorry, he keeps speaking. Can you mute him? He's so rude. We need to understand that the country. Yeah, you are very rude. You're very rude. So we need to understand that the country has a lot of places where. They have collaborators with the regime, okay? It's not 1 leader, 2 leader, 10 leaders, it's not enough, okay? The leadership, dismantling the leadership and taking them out, it's not enough, okay? The elimination of the besieged commanders last night, okay? It's a step on the right direction, and we need to see more more operations focusing on the besieged, okay? The collaborators of the regime in distant areas across the country, okay? They are the ones who are standing between the people who want to rise again against this regime.
Unbelievable condescension and ignorance. There's absolutely no doubt as to why Israel is winning this war. No, it's just unbelievable that you would use this language. It's just completely ridiculous.
I don't know who you are, okay? But
I don't know who you are, but I know what you're saying. You're lying.
I did not interrupt you even once, okay?
So what?
And you are condescending the way you're interrupting me right now. So
I didn't lie.
You cannot.
You do. I'm not condescending. I'm sticking up for truth. You're a propaganda tool.
You can think. You can say and think that. That's okay. You can say and think that. It's okay.
I'm so happy I have your permission to say and think that.
It's okay that you can say and think that. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
I'm tremendously grateful for your permission.
I'm not the one jumping to interrupt your sayings, so it's fine.
May I come in, please? 1 second. See,
yeah,
the thing is,
I'm sorry, I'm not going to participate with this
Ori,
redhead person screaming
let's be logical here.
I'm not going to participate in this service.
Let's be logical here. I'm intervening. Avishek, this way. Just one point here. If we look at it, both sides are taking hits right now. Ori, can you come down, please? 1 second. Both sides, Saurabh, are taking hits right now. Ori, just give me a moment. Today we had the director of the Counterterrorism Center. I forgot his name.
You need to take a chill pill.
We had the American Counterterrorism Center director.
Yeah, you are.
Very close to Trump, write a letter and resign from his post saying he can't be part of the war. That's a hit for Trump. A hit for Iran is that the very important Ali Larijani is presumably dead. So both sides.
Do you remember that the supreme leader died about 10 days ago, Arnab? What sort of hit did Iran take then?
Please,
how is it that the war
please, Ori, may I say one thing to you? Please remember the appearance of Larijani on the March 10th Quds Day event was aimed at saying to the people of Iran when he went out there, we are here, we are with you, we're on the ground, and they can't get us. The Americans can't get us. The Israelis can't get us. The fact of the matter is, if he's dead, it's a blow. If it's dead, it's a blow. It is an impact on the leadership. It does not mean Iran will crumble. It very well may not. But there is something going on. But in the war of attrition, even Trump's taken a hit, hasn't he? Saurabh.
Except for Israel doing exactly the same thing.
Saurabh, please. Saurabh, thank you. Saurabh.
Okay. Arnab, this war is turning out to be a roller coaster. Because on one hand, if Mr. Larijani is eliminated, a big strategic victory for US and Israel, because he was a key, I would say, a linchpin in many ways. On the other hand, the breaking news coming from DC this morning is that Joseph Kent, who's the director of the National Counterterrorism Center, which is a very, very important intelligence mechanism, he works under Tulsi Gabbard, he has quit. And obviously, he has been a very old President Trump supporter. Even today in his letter, he has praised President Trump's counter-terrorism credentials and how he killed Soleimani and all. So while I would say this would be a setback, because what will happen now is a lot of people within the Trump orbit who want this war to an end, they gain an upper hand because they will try to use this even in the Congress and also within the White House orbit to say that now, once your objectives are met, make sure that you draw down and take a off-ramp. So that's a big news coming out from Washington, D.C. I see some impact, but obviously, as you say, as commander-in-chief, when President Trump was given options, he evaluated a lot of options. So I don't agree with what he has said entirely, that if it was Israel which was responsible for the US getting into this war, there were other options that the president was given, and president took a conscious decision. But I still feel that it's a strategic roller coaster, and obviously this is a setback of sorts.
Yeah, of course it's a setback of sorts. By the way, the other big question, where is Mujtaba Khomeini?
Why is that a big question?
Why is that not a big question? Where is Mujtaba Khomeini? He's the supreme leader.
Like Iran is not acting consciously, coherently, consequently, with or without Mujtaba Khomeini? Does it seem like the Iranian apparatus is in shambles?
How can you say with or without Mujtaba Khomeini?
Which is under a continuous barrage, it doesn't.
How can you say with or without Mujtaba Khomeini?
Why are you talking about this and not about the hundreds of Iranians, hundreds of Iranian civilians who are killed on a daily basis?
Ori, I am asking about where Iran's new supreme leader is.
And I am saying to you that you are falling into the American and Israeli trap, because this isn't a war about whether this person is alive or that person is alive. This is a much bigger story. If what you're talking about is the esoteric details, calling it a major setback, then you're swallowing the American-Israeli line, hook, line, and sinker.
Look, sir,
what is this war about? What is this war accomplishing? Israel has been claiming it has destroyed Ori, what was
the October 7th attack about? What was Hamas achieving? What was Hamas contemplating? Why were innocents killed? Why were women raped?
That's an argument.
Why were women raped? Why were women raped by the Hamas?
Why are we talking about Hamas now?
Why should I not? Because Hamas is an extension of the Iranian regime, you know that.
No, I don't.
Hezbollah is a proxy, you know that.
But Hamas isn't, so why are you talking about Hamas?
Don't draw distinctions and work in grey lines.
Why not? But there are.
Why not? Why not? Because, you know, morality does not serve only one side. It has to serve both.
Hamas is not an Iranian proxy. Hezbollah is. That's great. When Hezbollah invades, talk about Hezbollah. Your program is called IranTakesAHit.
Yeah, Iran has taken a hit because Larijani has been killed. It's not taken a hit. Are you in denial?
Get to talking about Hamas all of a sudden.
This is a big strategic setback for the
See, look here. See, Professor Omotozur, Iran has spent the last few days pushing false death rumors about Netanyahu. Israel responded by showing Netanyahu on camera at a coffee shop, right?
Okay.
All over places, right? And Israel responded by killing Larijani. So one is a claim and the other is a fact.
Really?
Yeah,
so is
really.
that what the war is about? One is a claim and the other is a fact?
Yeah.
What about the Iranian nuclear program? What about the Iranian missile program? What about Iran's ability to continuously hit Israel day after day whenever they so desire? What about that?
I'm just saying that Larijani's death, if it confirmed, signals the strategic decapitation of Iran's maritime command. Please, Larijani was not just a bureaucrat. Even Professor Omotozur will. Larijani is not a bureaucrat. He's de facto wartime commander of Iran. He's the head of the. He was the nuclear negotiation brain.
Israel claimed that
he's the most pragmatic, senior, most surviving leader of Iran.
Does it look to you?
You can say it doesn't make a difference. I'm sure it does.
No question. It is a big deal. Absolutely. The fact that he was eliminated, if that is the case, it is a big deal, no doubt about it. But Iran keeps going. We have to keep that in mind. I mean, the same thing happened on the Palestinian front. I mean, Israel has the upper hand. The U.S. has the upper hand at this point in time. We cannot deny that. However, the institutions in Iran are not going away. They're still there. And if my understanding is correct, they're expecting a major uprising on the part of the Iranian people. But it's very difficult for them, obviously, because the security forces are ready to shoot at them. So it is. We don't know what's
very difficult for them because Israel and the United States are bombing Iran continuously. Which streets are they supposed to take to if those streets are being bombed? How do you carry out a popular uprising when you can't leave a shelter? How is that not a part of the discussion? What is this about an upper hand? Do you win a war when you assassinate a leader? No, and how cowardly is it to demand that the Iranian people do Israel's and the United States job for them? They should take to the streets. Why? So Israel could bomb them as well?
It might be a difference.
What are you talking about? What sort of a definition of victory is this?
It's true at this point in time.
I'm sorry. I just want
to make a point. Okay,
yes,
that that the guy who is keep interrupting everyone and not stopping barking. No, I just want to make one point, okay? And then I can just, leave the show. This guy doesn't represent any bit of Israeli, okay? Very tiny fraction of Israelis that we don't even hear about them. So I hear about them only on your show, strangely. So I just want to put this out over here, okay? He's not representing the Israeli view.
There are fresh attacks that Israel is carrying out against Basij units, I'm told. I don't know if the visuals are coming in. Do you expect the American-Israeli attacks to increase and intensify? I would, after Larijani's killing. Maybe it's one attempt to spread some disarray in the IRGC ranks. Saurabh.
Yes, absolutely, Arnab. Because, Larijani getting eliminated, as you were rightly saying, is a big strategic, I would say, victory for the US and Israeli side, because obviously he was not only a key, I would say, a strategic mind, he was directing operations to the core. So if they are able to successfully take him out, then you not only take out the entire first line of leadership, you also take the strategic brain out. So I would say this will be a big victory for them. And obviously, this will also help what I was talking about earlier, that the US side is keen to make sure that the objectives that they set aside, that are realized and they put this war to an end. If that really happens, then you can see in a week or I would say next to 10 days, this war can come to an end. That's what my sense is. As this is an evolving situation.
Well, I just close by saying that Israel's stated goal behind the assassination of Khamenei was explicit regime stabilization. And Netanyahu says that the elimination of Ali Larijani is part of its goal to destabilize the Iranian regime in its ongoing aerial assault. I also see this as a way by Netanyahu to keep America engaged, to give Trump a feeling that the opportunity for regime change is not over. And therefore, I think Israel will do everything possible to extend the conflict, or at least to inflict maximum damage while it thinks it has the opportunity. I'm taking a break. On the other side. Did the Pakistanis do a minab in Kabul? Did they kill 400 people in a hospital? The latest updates on the Pakistan-Afghanistan war and their lies caught on camera, some deep investigations from Kabul by Republic's team when we are back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहां नो टेंशन वहां।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड। आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहां नो टेंशन वहां।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड।
It makes not Iran's strength but Iran's weakness, because if someone takes Khark, then you are targeting the backbone of Iran's oil exports. And this battle for Donald Trump is about oil. He wants Venezuela for oil. He wanted to target the Greenland region for oil and gas. He believes that if he controls or takes over Iranian stronghold of oil, then he counterbalances all of China. So this is a China versus America game. Khark is very close to the Strait of Hormuz choke point. If America claims Khark, it will have leverage over 1/5 of global oil trade. America's regime change strategy has flopped. The reality is, he has very few friends. He's very lonely. Everybody more or less has begun to realize that Donald Trump has failed to stir regime change.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहां टेंशन वहाँ.
Premium Plus by Century ProBoard.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोबोट का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना. लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है. यानी ये है जहाँ नो टेंशन वहाँ.
Premium Plus by Century ProBoard.
Pakistan targets hospital in Kabul. Taliban vows to teach Pakistan a lesson. Pakistan does a minab in Afghanistan. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात. वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है. अरे मेरी राजा.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ.
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े.
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े.
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो.
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता. टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस. विद यू लाइक फैमिली. विद यू ऑलवेज.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ.
8 मिनट में तैयार.
क्या टेस्ट है. सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला.
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोबोट का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना. लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है. यानी ये है जहाँ नो टेंशन वहाँ.
Premium Plus by Century ProBoard.
How has Taliban really responded to the strikes that were carried out late last night by the Pakistani Defense Forces?
The Pakistani military regime airstrikes targeted at 2,000 bed drug addicts rehabilitation hospital in Kabul. 400 addicts who were under the treatment have been killed and more than 250 are injured. Bodies everywhere, the missing bodies of the victims all over the place. Government here also last night was feloniously confirmed that they are going to avenge these attacks on civilians, and now there is no room left for diplomacy.
This is the rooms that the other civilians have been injured in last night. The jets came and landed the bombs on the civilians' places, and that they are killed. It's more than 500, and hundreds are injured. All the hospital was burned, and the hundreds of civilians were killed.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the nation's sharpest opinion. The war between Afghanistan and Pakistan is, by all accounts, intensifying. And while war is supposed to be carried out between combatants, the cowardly Pakistan has decided to attack civilians. Pakistan is afraid of the Taliban and therefore has displayed its mentality by targeting only civilian sites. I repeat, only civilian sites, which include a drug rehabilitation hospital. And in the worst incident, they have killed 400 people in an airstrike in Kabul late Monday night. What is important about the visuals that you're seeing here is that this is a hospital that has been targeted by Pakistan. This is exactly and similar to and happening just a few days after the Americans, who are Pakistan's closest allies, have attacked a school's 170 and killed 170 schoolgirls in Manipur in Iran. 170 schoolgirls killed in Manipur in Iran, and the Americans said that they cannot confirm or deny that it was their Tomahawk that killed it. But the graves of 170 schoolgirls in Iran, the visuals from Manipur prove that this was a direct double, triple tap attack on a school in Iran. And after the first hit, there was a second and third hit so that a maximum number of schoolgirls would die. Ladies and gentlemen, emboldened by what Trump has done, and I repeat, emboldened by what Trump has done, and perhaps inspired by it, the Pakistanis have attacked a hospital. Multiple hospital rooms are seen in the footage. I will now show you the pictures of the hospital having been attacked. You will see the debris there. People are speaking to a doctor, like family members of the injured are standing there. The reporter is entering a room where injured patients are lying on hospital beds. In one room, there are about 8 beds that you are seeing there. One patient speaks to the reporter. His name is Rahmat. He says he was admitted to a hospital along with other civilians at a time when the Pakistanis targeted the hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very serious crime of war. There is a deliberate targeting of a hospital. The Pakistanis say they thought that this was a military center. But ladies and gentlemen, this was a running hospital that had earlier been run by NATO. And if 400 people have been killed in a hospital by the Pakistani military, by the Pakistani army, then they owe an explanation to the people across the world, just as much as the Americans owe an explanation for killing 170 schoolgirls, ladies and gentlemen. 170 schoolgirls killed in Iran by America, and 400 people in a hospital killed by Pakistan in Kabul. Both have consequences. The important thing to understand is that there have been multiple attempts to negotiate between Iran and Pakistan. Turkey has tried to intervene, the Qataris have tried to intervene, the Saudis have tried to intervene, but Pakistan has been putting forward bizarre demands. There is a lot of hard evidence that is now emerging against Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen. They say they are targeting TTP hideouts, that is hideouts of the Tehran-Taliban, Pakistan. But this is a narrative they're hiding behind. The fact is that in this particular case, as my next news report will show, and we have our reporters on the ground, we have people in Kabul who've been reporting to us. We've done a tie-up with Tolo News, which is the leading news service in Afghanistan. And you will see here in this news report that's playing out next that this was not a terrorist training camp or a Taliban center targeted by the Pakistanis. This was just a hospital targeting people who are fighting hard against disease, against injuries, is the most cowardly thing that anyone can do. But what else would you expect of Asif Munir? Let's debate.
Flames and smoke ripping through Kabul's skyline. A firestorm in a hospital inside Afghanistan's capital. "400 killed and over 200 injured." all of them civilians, in a Pakistani airstrike. Emergency services is scrambling to douse the fire, attend to the injured.
This is the rooms that the civilians have been injured in last night. This is Rahmat Malang. His name is Rahmat Malang. He was admitted at the Umaid Hospital. I speak with the doctor. He is responsible for this department. He said that dozens of injured that last night they are trying to give medicine in this is other rooms. This is the injured people that you look and his name is Lihaz. He is also injured of the last night attacks. The Pakistani army attack on the Umaid civilian hospital.
The first light of the day revealed the impact. An entire hospital reduced to dust and rubble. As the AfPak war enters its third week, Islamabad is now coming for civilians inside Afghanistan. Families in Kabul stand torn over their losses, waiting in long queues outside the hospital.
This space in this building that I'm standing here for Republic, this is all like emergency. I can see in you in the videos. This is just an emergency department that all people that they are standing here, they asking about the relatives.
Afghanistan has increased deployment on its front against Pak, calling the strikes a crime against humanity.
This time you have lost about 400 people. Will you be talking to the Pakistani government?
It is a crime against humanity. When they are killing our civilian people, they are attacking hospitals. We will, speak to them in their language.
But who exactly was Pakistan targeting? Why were homes and hospitals struck? Is Islamabad making civilians pay the ultimate price for its own frustrations, is the question.
This is very much like the attack in Manipur. In Iran, the US and Israel said, we killed school children. First they denied it. Then they said, no, you see, the school was near the IRGC base, near a military base. Then the Americans said, see, we tried to do a precision hit on military assets, but I'm sorry if schoolgirls have died. Now here too, General Dayal, Major Samar Paltur, Nizar Ahmad Sherzai of Democratic Afghanistan Voice, Raja Faisal, Major Nadeem, from Islamabad and Shomela Siddiqui. Let me tell you the parallels to Manipur. This is a hospital which has been attacked. Our reporter is on the ground. He's shown it. It's the Umaid Hospital. It is in the Hudkhel area of Kabul District 9. Right? This was earlier a military base, but it was a military base before 2020. Right? This is not a technical storage or equipment storage facility. This is a hospital, and 400 people have died in a hospital. 400 people have died in a hospital. This is exactly what has happened in Manipur. In Manipur also, Trump did not just deny responsibility. He says, I don't know, we'll see, etc., but now the world is abusing and attacking Trump for doing this. Now, what do you gain, Raja? You can tell Nisar, what do you gain by attacking a hospital? Why don't you fight the Taliban man-to-man? Why do you attack a hospital?
Completely a hospital. To me, I think it is a Camp Phoenix. Its name was Camp Phoenix during the previous regime. And of course, the Americans, they were having their soldiers here. And then later on, Taliban, they got adjusted here. One of the compound, because the whole compound, it has many buildings in it. only one building is as such as you are being claiming that they are having all of these.
See, my reporters are there. I'm not claiming anything. I have sent our reporters on the ground, and they have done the ground reporting, and on the ground where Republic is, you are not. PTV is not there. PTV is not there. Republic Media Network is there. It's a hospital.
No.
You can go and check the Google Earth, sir.
Did you
will find it is a military complex.
Statement coming from UNAMA, United Nations presence in Afghanistan? They have actually confirmed this, that this building was impacted. There was an impact on this building as well. But the other buildings, of course, they had all of the TTPs and PLAs and PLF. That happens to be your asset. Your asset was hit by Pakistan, and it was a precision-based attack, and it was an IBO-based attack which was carried out by Pakistan, and it was a brilliant attack. Yes, there is a collateral damage, and that collateral damage...
No, you have attacked a hospital. You have attacked a hospital. You have not released any footage.
It's not a hospital.
You have not released any footage. You have not released any footage. You have not given any counter proof. Right?
Yes,
you have attacked a hospital. You have attacked a hospital in the same way as the Americans attacked a school in Minab.
No,
hospital was impacted. Right?
No, you agree the hospital was impacted. 1 minute. General Bishambar Dayal.
The hospital was surrounded by military units. It was a one complex. Basically, it was a military complex, inside that compound there is a hospital, right? For the rehabilitation center, right? And there was the ammunition depot also. Was the aircraft targeted the ammunition depot? The ammunition depot was blasted and impacted the hospital, right? Basically, and our government has already dismissed and denied these allegations. These are misleading, right? Because just to change the opinion of the Afghan people, just want to create hatred between their brothers. Let me tell you, sir, you go to Google Earth and see the hospital is a multi-story building.
Sir, I just want to say, I have one question to ask you as a layman. Thank you for admitting, just coming to you, sir, in a minute. Thank you for admitting that a hospital was impacted. You can use the word impacted, which means a hospital was targeted. Allow me, Major Nadeem, allow me. Which means that you knew you are targeting a hospital. Now what you are now trying to say, first you said, 1 minute. First, don't lie like a Pakistani, don't lie like a Pakistani, don't lie like a Pakistani. Don't lie like a Pakistani.
I admit what I said.
Sir, you have just said, viewers.
There was an ammunition depot. Because what these government is doing, they are taking shelter.
Sir, you said, allow me, sir, you said, 1 minute, you said that a hospital was impacted. Did I hear him right, General Dayal? He said a hospital was impacted, which means, on India's largest, most popular news network, the Pakistanis go on television and say, yes, we hit a hospital. First of all, for that I compliment this Pakistani man called Major Nadeem.
I didn't say we targeted the hospital.
But you said it was impacted. Don't use English on me.
Where the civilians, any civilian casualty, we condemn, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let me tell you the state, General Dayal, he is now saying the hospital was impacted but not targeted. If it was impacted, how was it not targeted? And unless it was targeted, how would it have been impacted? Don't use Angrezi on me.
Targeted the military units and the ammunition.
So 1 minute. Shumela, 1 minute. Major Nadeem, मैं Shumela कुछ कह रही. Shumela, this is a Omid Addiction Treatment Hospital. ये कोई छोटा मोटा कराची का क्लिनिक नहीं है. It is a massive facility treating 2,000 patients. At the time of the strike, 400 people have been killed. 250 people have been injured.
I keep listening you, but go with the facts. अगर आपकी वहाँ टीम पहुंची हुई है जो है या नहीं है, I don't know that, but they have to find out the right facts. There was a depot जहाँ पे एनिमेशन और चीजें मौजूद थी जिसको हमने टारगेट किया है, and it was our right because हमारे कितने सिविलियंस मारे जाते हैं उनकी वजह से. हजारों दफा पाकिस्तान ने कहा है कि अफगान की सरजमीन को टीटीपी और बीएलए को सरपरस्ती करके पाकिस्तान में टेररिस्ट अटैक मत कराएं. आप अपने लिए भी नुकसान कर रहे हैं, दूसरे मुल्कों के लिए भी नुकसान कर रहे हैं. जंगें कभी भी किसी भी मुल्क के लिए अच्छी नहीं होती और यहाँ मीडिया पे बैठ के इट इज आवर राइट एंड इट्स आवर ड्यूटी टू एक्सपोज द फैक्ट्स, नॉट टू ब्लेम एंड नॉट टू ट्विस्ट द वर्ड्स. We didn't target any hospital. Being Muslims, we are very much
any civil casualty we condemn.
Right now,
Shumela,
and they are not Muslims. They are Kharji. अगर वो मुसलमान होंगे, हमारे मजहब में किसी को मारना नहीं लिखा हुआ है. जहाद का मतलब गलत तरीके से जो यूटिलाइज होता है, that is not जहाद. जो अपने ही लोगों पे मारे,
which means that you are saying now they are saying okay, thank you Shumela, thank you
आप लोग उठा के हमारे मुल्क में
thank you 1 minute Shumela. निसार अहमद शेरजाई जी ये पाकिस्तानी दो चीजें कह रहे हैं. वो कह रहे हैं पहली बात कह रहे हैं निसार जी, पहली बात हमें बहुत शौक है ये जो अफगान लोगों को जिस तरह से मारा है, 400 लोगों को मारा है, वो भी जो अस्पताल में ट्रीटमेंट ले रहे हैं, उसके लिए हमें बहुत शौक है. ये पाकिस्तानी कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, मगर भारत अफगानिस्तान के साथ था और रहेगा.
अच्छी बात है.
निज़ार साहब पाकिस्तानी कह रहे हैं, ये पाकिस्तानी कह रहे हैं कि इनके जीने का कोई हक नहीं था क्योंकि ये मुसलमान नहीं है. इन्होंने कहा जिनको मारा वो मुसलमान नहीं. क्या कहा आपने? इन्होंने कहा जिनको मारा उन्होंने अस्पताल में ही हो, मगर कहा वो मुसलमान नहीं है, जीने का हक नहीं है उनका.
ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं कहा. Please don't lie. ठीक है.
शुमेला ने कहा शुमेला said that.
एक मिनट सोचो, सुन लो एक मिनट प्लीज. नमस्कार, मैं प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि जब मैं बात करता हूँ पाकिस्तान
अफगान वॉइस प्लीज ऑन एयर.
किसी को बात करने की इजाजत नहीं देता है.
एक मिनट. Our friend from Afghanistan will speak. His name is Nisar Ahmad Sherzai. Shumela.
He is not representing Afghanistan. He is not Afghanistan. He is Somali.
Please पाकिस्तानियों का माइक डाउन कीजिए. ये बदतमीज लोग हैं, किसी को बात करने की इजाजत नहीं देता. एक मिनट. देखिए, हम आया इंडिया प्रोग्राम करते हैं कि क्यों पाकिस्तान आम लोगों के ऊपर अटैक किया. देखिए, हम एक टूरिस्ट मुल्क से आया है शिकवा कर रहे हैं. टूरिस्ट और आतंकवादी जो पाकिस्तान के नाम पे दुनिया में अटैक कर रहे हैं और इंसानों के ऊपर अटैक कर रहे हैं और अफगानिस्तान लोग के ऊपर इस्लाम के नाम से और जहाद के नाम से 50 साल से लेकर अभी तक अटैक कर रहे हैं. ये एक टूरिस्ट मुल्क है. टूरिस्ट और आतंकवादी से शिकवा करना गलत है. हम गलत काम कर रहे हैं. कहता है यहाँ पाकिस्तानी से शिकवा करे कि क्यों तुम अस्पताल में अटैक कर रहे हैं. पाकिस्तानी की फितरत यही है, टूरिस्ट का फितरत यही है कि आम लोगों के ऊपर अटैक करो. फितरत पाकिस्तानियों का यही है कि आम लोगों के ऊपर अटैक करें, कि इसलिए कि ये लोग टूरिस्ट है, ये लोग आतंकवादी हैं. पाकिस्तान एक देश नहीं है, एक आतंकवादी ग्रुप है. ये 50 साल से ये काम अफगानिस्तान के साथ किया है. अभी कोई नया बात नहीं है. अभी ये लोग जो आ रहे हैं बात करने की किसी को इजाजत नहीं देता है. देखो, अगर इन लोगों के पास अच्छा है कभी हथियार नहीं, वरना यहाँ खुदकुश धमाका भी कर सकता है. ये टूरिस्ट लोग हैं, ये सब ऐसा ही है, इधर बात करता है. पाकिस्तानियों से शिकवा करना ये गलत है कि टूरिस्ट से शिकवा करेंगे हम, ये गलत है। पाकिस्तानी 50 साल ये काम हमारे साथ किया है, और अभी जो तालिबान इन लोग खुद पड़ा, अभी वो तालिबान इनके खिलाफ हो गया,
हमारे अपने लोग शहीद हो गए।
पाकिस्तान अपनी दोस्तों के साथ भी अच्छा सलूक नहीं किया है। सुन लो एक मिनट, पाकिस्तानी एक मिनट सुन लो, चुप हो जाओ बुजुर्ग आदमियों, चुप हो जाओ, तमीज सीखो। मैं तुमसे बात किया, मैंने कुछ बोला?
तुम्हें जो पर्ची मिल गई है ना, तुम ये जो आतंक कर रहे थे,
आतंकवादी चुप हो जाओ, आतंकवादी चुप हो जाओ,
तुम
आतंकवादी चुप हो जाओ,
रॉ की पर्ची पढ़ रहे हो, शर्मिया।
ये लोग का फितरत यही है। देखो इधर जो एक टीवी चैनल में बेच कर आया है, ये टीवी चैनल में इसके सलूक देखो। अगर मैं इससे शिकवा करूंगा, मेरे गलती है कि मैं एक टूरिस्ट से शिकवा करता हूँ। ये लोग 50 साल हमारे साथ ये जुल्म किया है, अभी भी कर रहे हैं।
I ask you, Raja Faisal, Raja,
तुम्हें बात करते हो, एक भी ढंग की बात की है? तुम्हें बोलना आता नहीं है, तुम इधर आके टटर करना शुरू कर देते हो। आओ जाके अफगानिस्तान में फिर जाके बैठो ना काबुल में। अगर इतनी तुम्हें ख्याल है तो काबुल में आके बैठो ना। तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आती? किसी और मुल्क में बैठ के अपने साथ रॉ कर जंग बिठा के उससे पर्ची लेके आतंक खत्म कर रहे हो। शर्म नहीं आती तुम्हें? आओ काबुल आके बैठो, काबुल आके बैठो।
पाकिस्तान आदमी, पाकिस्तान
जलील आदमी, बेशर्म आदमी, काबुल आके जाके
Raja Faisal, Raja Faisal, Raja Faisal, Raja Faisal, Raja Faisal, Mike, 1 minute, Raja. Now, otherwise, I let Major Samarpal to lose on you.
ये लोग इस्लाम पे बिजनेस करना सीखा है, इस मुसलमान भी नहीं है, ये आतंकवादी है सब।
Raja Faisal, Raja Faisal,
मौत से शुरू होता है। तुम लोग ये निसार।
Raja Faisal, Raja Faisal, Raja Faisal, please do not speak to our Afghan friend with disrespect.
मैं अपने मुल्क में इस्लामाबाद में बैठ के बात कर रहा हूँ।
Don't speak to our Afghan friend with disrespect.
They will teach you a lesson, Arnab. They will teach you a lesson.
Don't treat our Afghan friend with disrespect. We are 1000% behind the Afghans.
अगर इसकी इतनी इज्जत है तो काबुल वापस जाकर काबुल वापस जाओ।
इन्होंने कहा है, I repeat, इन्होंने कहा है कि अफगानिस्तान के लोग मुसलमान नहीं हैं। इन्होंने कहा है कि अफगानिस्तान के लोग एहसान फरामोश हैं। These are the words that have been used by our Pakistani guests towards our esteemed panelists from Afghanistan. To our panelists from Afghanistan, निसार जी, आप इनके साथ मुंह मत लगिए, मैं इनको हैंडल करता हूँ। एक मिनट, मैं इनको हैंडल करता हूँ। राजा, come into the debate. Raja, come into the debate with Samar. Okay, and then I'll get General Dayal on this. See, fact is,
है उम्मीद स्टानिकज़ाई की।
Why did you?
उम्मीद स्टानिकज़ाई जो था, अर्नब, उम्मीद स्टानिकज़ाई वो इसी हॉस्पिटल का एक सिक्योरिटी गार्ड था। उसकी एक स्टेटमेंट है, वो जाके बीबीसी की जाके स्टेटमेंट देख लें जाके। उसने ओपनली उसमें ये कहा है कि इर्द-गिर्द हमारे वी आर encircled.
No, the question is, Raja, the important thing is, viewers, if you look at things, the Pakistanis are in a bind on my program tonight. And the reason the Pakistanis are on an absolute bind on my program, on my live program this evening, and I'm opening up the lines tonight, is because they do not know what to do, because Republic Media Network has landed in Kabul. And Republic Media Network is at the site. And we've gone to the hospital and we've done the reporting. So they're angry, and as you can see, they're frothing at the mouth, Samar Paltur. Now they say we have precision strikes. America said that the attack in Menab was a precision strike. So I asked them and asked the Israeli ambassador yesterday, it was a precision strike, then why did 170 schoolgirls die? Pakistan says this was a precision strike. I asked them if it was a precision strike, then why was, allow me, why was the Omid addiction treatment hospital targeted? A precision strike is not an accident-prone device. Even if a stupid Pakistani is firing it, the fact is it is therefore engineered to strike a specific structure within meters of accuracy. How can a hospital be targeted? It's impossible. Pakistan says precision strike, precision strike, precision strike. Of course not. Damn these claims of a precision strike. You kill 400 people in a hospital, Raja, and he's shouting at my Afghan guest. The whole world knows about this hospital. The whole world somewhere knows about this hospital. The Pakistanis have attacked a hospital, one of the greatest war crimes being carried out by Asif Munir tonight.
There is a difference between target and the impact of the target.
Raja Faisalji,
there is a difference between
okay, Samartur.
Samartur. Raja Faisalji, firstly, my compliments that Pakistan Army has lived up to its slogan, which the people of Pakistan have given to the Pakistan Army itself, कि अमेरिका ने कुत्ते पाले वर्दी वाले, फिर ये दहशतगर्दी के पीछे वर्दी. So you see, it is
so it means आजकल
imperative.
कुत्ते पाले जा रहे हैं.
It is